Hello students, so welcome again. Here I am with another problem on engineering graphics. This time the problem will be on projection of a straight line and projection of a straight line inclined to both the plane. Earlier also we discussed about the concepts of the straight line inclined to both the plane. Today I am taking one simple problem. The problem will be like this. We want to draw projection of a line CD 80 mm long. Its end C will be given to me. The end C will be C will be in the HP and 40 millimeter in front of the VP, and the line will be inclined 45 degree to HP and inclined 30 degree to the VP. So this will be a very basic problem in which the first end will be given to me and both the inclinations will be given to me. As earlier we discussed, we will solve this type of problem in multiple steps. So in the initial step, what I am going to suppose? I am going to suppose my line parallel to both the plane. Earlier I have discussed this method with you that we will solve these type of problems in number of steps. So initially the first step will be suppose line is parallel to both. So I am going to draw the first point, that will be the point C, and its front view as the point will be, initially we will draw the reference line, that is XY, as the first point C will be on the HP, so C dash will be on the XY line and C will be, small c will be 40 mm below the reference line. So I have taken this 40 mm. So this is the point small c. Now as we have supposed that our line is parallel to both, but in this case as the first point will be on the HP, so what I will suppose that the line will be on the HP and parallel to VP. So what I will do, I will draw its front view, that will be on the reference line. So that is 80 mm. So I will draw 80 mm line, and in the same reference I will draw its top view, that is also 80 mm. So in both the projections I will draw 80 mm line, and this is my line. Initially I will name it D1 dash and D1. So CD1 will be my first line, that is parallel to both, and this length will be 80 mm. As you know that when a line will be parallel to both the projections will show the true length. So in the first step I have supposed my line will be parallel to both, or in this case it will be on the HP and parallel to VP. Now in the second step I am going to make this line inclined 45 degree to HP, keeping it parallel to VP. As you know that if we want to make it inclined to HP by some angle, then the front view is going to inclined and by 45 degree, and that will be seen in the also seen in the front view. So I will draw a line at 45 degree inclined to the reference line. As you know that when the line will be inclined to HP and is still parallel to VP, the length of its front view is not going to change. So I will rotate this length, that is 80 mm, from this position to this next position, and this is my line, that is D2 dash. Now look at this line. This line will be 45 degree inclined to the HP, still parallel to VP. So it's still parallel to VP. So if we want to draw its top view, then we will draw a perpendicular from D2 dash on the line CD1, as the line is still parallel to VP. So from this point I will drop a perpendicular like this, where it is going to cut the top view, that is the point D2. So this is point D2, and we will get the top view. As you know that this top view will be the final top view if the same line will be also inclined to VP also. Same way, what another thing we will get, if I draw a parallel line from this D2 dash, then this will be the locus of our final point, that is D dash. So this line will be locus of D dash. So the half problem will be solved. In the next step, what I am going to do, I am going to make this line inclined to VP, but keeping it parallel to HP. So keeping it parallel to HP, now this time I am going to incline the top view by some angle 30 degree. So in the top view, we will draw a line at 30 degree to this point, at the point C. As you know that if the line will be inclined to VP by some angle, keeping it parallel to HP, the length of the top view is not going to change. So with C as center and CD1 radius, use the compass, use the pencil 2H and shift this like this, and this angle will be 30. I have taken this angle 30 degree. Now this, suppose the name of this point will be D3. Now this AC D3 will be inclined to VP by some angle 30 degree. It is still parallel to HP, or you can say on the HP. So the D3, front view of D3 will be on the XY line. So from this point, again I will draw a perpendicular upside where it is going to cut this point, that is point D3 dash. So this point will be D3 dash. Now darken this line. This is D3 dash and this will be the front view. And as you know that if the same line will be inclined to VP also, the length of the front view is not going to change again. So this is our final front view. Another dimension we got here, this, if I will draw a parallel line from this D3, then this will be the locus of point small d. This is D dash. Now almost the problem will be solved. We got the front view, we got the top view. Shift the front view to the front view and top view to the top view. Just rotate with the help of compass. So again I am going to use this compass and C dash as center and length this front view. I am going to shift this front view from this point to upside. So this will be the final front view, that will be D dash. Same way, rotate this top view, that is CD, from this position to downside where it cuts this line, that will be the point small d. Join this C dash with D dash and C with D. You can easily get the final projections. This is the final projection front view, this is final top view. If we want to check that we have drawn correctly, from this D, draw a line perpendicular to XY. This is going to meet with D. If that is so, we have drawn it correctly. So this is the line which is inclined to both the plane. Now look at the final projection. In the final projection, both the lengths are shorter than true and the angles, these angles are greater than the true inclination. This alpha and beta are the apparent angles of line. You can say alpha and beta are the apparent angles of a straight line with HP and VP. Actually, those are actually the inclination of the final front view with the XY and final top view with the XY. I hope you understand the concept. This is the basic concept for solving a problem inclined to both the plane. Thank you very much.